Let's go. We got Taylor in the building. What's going on, Taylor? What's going on, Chris? We're gonna get started with the live shortly. Let some more people come in here. What's going on, introvert? Everybody in the building tonight. Yeah, we're sorry to hear that, Chris. Condolences out to Chris and his dog that passed away today. What's going on, introvert? All righty. So let's go ahead and get in the live stream. Go ahead and get the live stream started. So again, Miles back with the live stream. I really appreciate you guys coming back in here on a Thursday night. We're here again for another truthful live stream, organized truth live stream. You guys are coming in on the replay, watching the replay. If you're coming in, because the numbers vary on my end each and every time. So as you guys come in, double tap the screen, hit the like button. If you guys want support, hit the super chat button. If you don't want support, I understand. Time is hard. At least you can engage with the chat and hit the like button. Double tap the screen and hit the like button. So we got a topic to talk about today. The voice that is hurting a lot of you guys' chances for getting a relationship. We're going to get into it shortly, but I do want to give my condolences out to Chris. He said, tough day. Coyotes got my little dog today. Yeah, that's the good old fashioned farm life. It can be, farm people. That's why I love farm people, because they live in reality. But condolences out to Chris for losing his dog today. It's unfortunate, because people get attached to dogs more than they get attached to other people, more than their other children. So dogs mean a lot to people. So my condolences out to Chris. What's going on, Doc Smith? He said, how goes it? So the voice, guys, a lot of you guys are struggling to get relationships, struggling to get dates for multiple reasons. Some of it is because, you're not in the financial space you need to get to, and, it happens. You just got to make that move, and, it takes time to get there. Sometimes you're not getting a woman because you're not in shape. Maybe you're not getting a woman because it's your style. It could be numerous things that are stopping you from getting a relationship with a woman. A lot of it's feminism, but particularly women like She-Ra 7 are contaminating the mindset of most of the women today, and it's hindering your ability to get a relationship and or sustain a successful relationship, because you guys will get a relationship, but then she get to listen to She-Ra 7, thinking that she can do better and get better, and now she's blowing up your relationship and all of this, and you're wondering what happened. Well, it's because she's in social media. Shout out to the Saint. He said something very, very logical that I've noticed with women. He dropped a short today. Shout out to the Assassin. Peace to the Saints. So he said women like to be on social media, socialize, shop, and sleep. That's what they do. So when women surround themselves with bad people, the socializing people, or the social media following She-Ra 7, she's gonna these people are going to influence your woman to blow up the relationship. It's extremely unfortunate. What's going on, Nicholas? It's extremely unfortunate for you guys to get a relationship and then all of a sudden she listens to this. It's kind of like what Andrew Tate is for guys. And Andrew Tate, he does say a lot of logical stuff, but sometimes, he's off. A lot of these people are off. And some of these guys in the RP space, it seems like they want your relationship not to last and for you to be single, like these Myron Gaines types. It's like, bro, like you don't understand human nature. You don't understand men. Like most men want a relationship. They want a girlfriend. They might not want to get legally married, but they want to have intercourse with women. They want to deal with women. And it's natural for a man to want to be with a woman. Let's be real here. Women aren't, the worst thing on the planet. Having intercourse and dealing with them and having a good time can be very pleasant if we're being honest. We just have these channels like mine to where we kind of warn you guys of the dark side of what can happen. And increasingly, they're popping up more in volume, which is making dating really hard for you guys. But women inherently are not evil. They just have a nature that you have to be aware of, that you can't change. So let me read some comments. He said, sorry for your loss, Chris. What's up? He said, White House basement. What's going on? Is that a woman in the building? Shout out to you. To be real with you, a lot of women got a bad habit of patronizing men, whether it is about their height, status, the list goes on. I see that issue on the internet every day. Yeah, and what's crazy, introvert, is that you can judge them too. They'll say, oh yeah, you got to be 6'2", but it's just like you got to be in shape, woman, and most of the time they're not in shape. It's quite ridiculous. People are so caught up in what they want, but they don't think about what the other person wants. If you guys want to maintain a friendship, a relationship, a family, or whatnot, you got to think outside of yourself. But most people don't. That's the emotional intelligence piece that most people are lacking. Sometimes the chemistry exists between two people sexually, but not when it comes to living ordinary life together. That is very true, Nicholas. Sometimes the sex is very good, but outside of the bedroom, you don't want to really talk to this person. It happens. It happens. I've been there. That's how sneaky. It's basically a sneaky link. If you guys want to know what the sneaky link is, that's a person where you're, very. When it comes to intercourse, you're very compatible. You hit the right spots for her. She hits all the right spots for you. She's just the right body type for you, and vice versa. And it's very pleasurable. And so these are the situations where where she comes into the house or the apartment or whatnot, or you come into her apartment and place, and within 10 minutes you're already having intercourse and you're going 2-3 rounds. So that's the reality. Just giving you guys some heads up. Enoch mode is the only way to go. I don't really know what that means. Tate got a history of there's no way in hell I would take this clown seriously. I did not know about that, and that's allegedly. We're not gonna. When you make these comments, I don't know if they're true or not. So just say allegedly in the comment section. Unfortunately, the spark chemistry only lasts the first few weeks. Yeah, and that lets you know if you actually like a person, if you can actually last past that stage of 3 weeks to 6 months, and you actually like this person that you're with, that says a lot. You actually enjoy their company outside of the bedroom, and that means that's a decent person to be with, possibly for a relationship. You actually like them as a person, not just intercourse wise. That says a lot. I've seen overweight, obese women quite a whole lot, but I'd take a fit woman over the former. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that is the thing. And that's one of the health crises in America that nobody wants to talk about, and it's really disgusting, guys, because like I'm on my health kick. I know Nicholas on his health kick. I know a lot of you guys are on your health kick, and that's part of self-improvement. Being healthy, that's the core of everything. You can't do anything efficiently if you're not healthy mentally and physically. So really take your health seriously, guys, and take seriously what you put in your body, the things that you drink. A lot of you guys think this is soda. This is not soda. This is canned water. Why? Because plastic water has microplastics. But water in general it's better to drink water than to not drink it. But there's levels to things. So take what you put in your body very seriously. This is going to help your recovery. This is going to help your brain, and it's going to help you look good. A lot of you guys, you're trying to get that jawser. People are, it's the goofiest shit in the world. People would put that jawser size thing in their mouth and just chew on it like they're going to get their jawline. It's like, guys, you got to get down to 10, 12% body fat. And that involves, being in a calorie deficit. Whatever that is, whatever that calorie count is for you, you got to count your calories. You got to look at the ingredients of what you're buying. A lot of these things have soy. A lot of these things have, negative things. But anyways, that's a different topic for a different day. I'll go watch the video surface on the internet. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yo, sorry, I'm late. No, you're good, Taylor. It's sad to break up, but when the spark is gone, even when you both are being polite and want it to work, when the spark goes and it feels like pulling teeth, I have to move on. Yeah, I mean, when the spark is, I'm gonna be real with you, Nicholas. I don't really believe in the spark. A lot of these things are terms that, the internet came up with and women foolishly believe. It's just like with the love languages. It's like, who the fuck cares about love languages, the zodiac signs? Like, do you bring value to the relationship? Let's start there. Are you in shape? Or you a good person to be around? Like, are you masculine or feminine? Let's just start there before we go into personality like the zodiac and all this stuff. And the sad thing of today with women today is they really can't maintain a relationship. Very few people can maintain a relationship, but women really particularly struggle with this because they always need something new, like this little spark thing. It's just like they think that everything's supposed to be, every second of every relationship is supposed to just be euphoric. It's like, no, it's not. It's just, you have to be disciplined, do the right things, be a good person. These things matter more than the spark. The spark is going to come back, I promise you. And not to say that the relationship should be monotonous and boring, but people think that they should go out to steak dinners every day and go on 10,000 vacations, and it's just like, limit it to what it is in real life. This is why I say social media has contaminated and distracted and messed up a lot of people's minds today, because they go on social media and all they see is people traveling, people that's in shape, attractive people, their favorite celebrities, and they think that they making $60,000 dating a guy that's average height, making 70, making 70, 80 as an electrician, they're supposed to live the same lifestyle. It's utterly ridiculous. Nicholas, you need to always be mentally prepared to walk away. Yeah, shout out to Chris and Crypto. Chris and Crypto, they are older, they get it, they understand women, they understand relationships. Listen to these guys in the chat room when it comes to relationships. These guys know exactly what they're talking about. They're literally saying the same things that I've been thinking this entire time, and shout out to them. Wisdom and experience says a lot. We have to take these men seriously that have experience. Worked out every single day this year. Test levels high, turned 33 last week. Shout out to you. Happy late birthday, Nicholas. Congratulations. Zodiac signs are irrelevant. Yeah, there is no spark. It's either you work it out or you don't. I agree. Everything, that's the thing, women, they want to fantasize everything. They want a good story, a good Cinderella story. And it's just like, that's not real life, That's not real life at all. So we're going to get into some of the things that She-Ra 7 says on a daily basis that is ruining you guys' chances of getting into a relationship. And it's quite crazy. So we're going to play some videos and then react to them in real time. So I would not entertain any woman that ran the zodiac line of jive on me and talk about it. My man Nicholas got definitions. He said, and clear my throat. The spark is when you both mirror mutual attraction. And when it's gone for one, it's gone. All right, Nicholas. Yeah, excuse me. I clear my throat. You must will clown you for not having a car, your own apartment, and stuff like that, but does have a phone, but does having a phone under your own name rather than your parents' name count. No wonder why I can't get a. They're delusional, bro. They'll call you broke and then have a car that's got the back end of it tore off. It's ridiculous, bro. She driving a 2012. She driving a 2012 Nissan Altima. It's ridiculous. Now let's go through some of the ridiculous um, advice that women have that she has for you guys.
Questions, don't investigate, don't even care. Just be done. Okay? Y'all spend too much energy trying to figure out some stuff that don't need to be figured out. Just let it go, baby. Next.
Can you guys hear this stuff?
When I first started dating.
Can you guys hear the audio of this? That was not the video that I was wanting to play. You guys just check that the audio is working. And I think people let She-Ra 7 get away with it because she looks decent. She's not an ugly woman. She does look like she's not all the way there. Audio is weak. My bad, my girl. We were having a little bang bang time. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. So the audio's a little weak. Let me put it closer to the.
I mean, like tonight, like I'm really into you. Like I'm really into you too. That's why I want.
Is that a little bit better for you guys?
So here's the predicament that a lot of y'all get in. Y'all on date 3. You just spent money on a nice restaurant, bought you some wine, got dressed up, been seen out in public with your face. Well, I really like you. I really like you too. Oh, well, can I be just straightforward? I really like you and I want to roll around on the mattress with you. What do you say? This is when you say no.
All right, that's the first piece. Now he's being honest. The guy's being honest. I mean, she can respect that, right? You would think.
Oh no, I barely know you. We don't really know each other. I don't have. But I'm glad that you're attracted to me. How about we get to know each other more? Maybe we can go to lunch at this such and such shopping center tomorrow.
You see the games that women play, right? And this is going to be very informative, guys. This live stream is going to be very informative about how women think. And they're getting their thinking from women like this. So this woman just said, okay, she just, instead of just saying no and walking away from the guy and saying, no, I enjoyed my time. I'm looking for something more serious, not just bedroom time. She goes into the usury of, hey, we barely know each other. Like she cares about knowing him as well. Like she don't care. She don't, women they want to receive things. They don't want to give anything and all this stuff. So she's making up a story and telling these women that, hey, when he says, he wants bedroom fun, act like basically that you don't know each other long enough and that he should, and get him to spend money, go to the shopping center, like she said, get him to spend money and become usury and then leave him on the back end. That's what she's trying to say.
No, I mean, like tonight, like I'm really into you. Like I'm really into you too. That's why I want to get to know you more. Don't you want to get to know me more? Start guilting them.
Gaslighting.
For wanting to rush when they don't even know you. Start asking them questions. So, I mean, you don't even know my middle name. You don't even know where I grew up. Don't you want to get to know each other? I think rolling around on the mattress is much more, exciting when you actually have feelings and know each other better. I don't hardly know you at all. I don't even know your favorite color. Oh, start
favorite
pointing
color.
out the fact.
Who gives a shit about anybody's favorite color? Who gives a shit? This is crazy. These are the games that women play. This is why they're single. And this is why a lot of you guys can't tolerate dating because it's everybody has a strategy. They're running game and they have a playbook for your certain objections. This is why dating it doesn't work today. It doesn't work. Well, let's see. Can't stand manipulative woman. I deal with the pick me girls only. Yeah, and they're not even really pick me girls. They're just women that know how to follow instructions, and that are feminine women. He said Taylor said I've been clapping for a good 9 minutes. Hey, bro, shout out to you. He said, damn. I want to thank her for endorsing my go to TJ program. Yep. Yep. That's why, and I'm gonna make a video about this probably either over the weekend or either next week about a guy basically talking about that, Chris, and it's gonna be very interesting. A lot of guys, even the normie guys, the normie guys that are not in the red pill and they're easily fall in love and with women and they believe all women. Even them are kind of coming to their senses and saying, uh, it's just better to go to TJ. And that's our inside joke on this channel. Um, so let's go to the next clip. See what you guys are saying. As you guys come in here, double tap the screen and hit the like button. If you guys want to support, hit the super chat feature in the bottom of the screen. If you can't, I understand. At least engage with the content, comment your thoughts as we go along, and hit the like button. It's free. Let me go to some water. All right, my man Taylor giving us too many details. Taylor, we get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all been there. Sometimes I wish it was me getting to, you know what I'm saying? You got to put the work in, bro. You got to put yourself out there. Pillow talk is for after. I don't know about pillow talk ever. Let's go to this next video.
You're 23, recently dating a rich 29-year-old. He's been taking you to expensive dinners, $500 plus. How do I get him to spend personally? He wants to take me on vacation. Okay, so he's using you and enjoying your company, and he's spending money on you and him. Okay, so you can't count that as money spent on you.
Guys, are you hearing this shit? Are you hearing this shit? This woman is messaging She-Ra 7. She's a 23-year-old woman dating a rich 29-year-old. She needed to cut the internet off and deal with him specifically. But guess what? She's dealing with She-Ra 7, and she gonna get her broken up with. Because let's go back and replay this. Because the advice that she's gonna give this woman that's dating this rich guy, 23 recently. This is gonna break up. Let's go back.
You're 23, recently dating a rich 29-year-old. He's been taking you to expensive dinners, $500 plus.
He's been taking her on expensive dinners. He's rich. He has the money to blow. Then she asked her, "How do I get him to spend personally?" And then she's gonna say, "This rich guy wants to take her on vacation." It's like, goddamn, you're getting more than 95% of women. First of all, you're 23 dating a rich guy. You won there. You got lucky there. Then he's taking you on expensive dinners. You won there. He wants to take you on vacation. You won there. And now you want him to invest more into you personally? You're getting all these different experiences and it's not enough for you? This is how, and that's the thing, guys. When you guys get to where you're going to be successful, whatever that looks like, you're going to find out these women can't sustain it. They're not programmed and ready for a rich guy or a wealthy guy or a successful guy. They can't maintain the act. They don't know what to do with you and how to keep you, which is why they keep complaining. And then they'll go back to Pookie and Ray Ray, Chad and Tyrone, And the thing about Chad and Tyrone, Pookie and Ray Ray, they don't have immense amount of resources. All they have is D, and all they have is fists and guns. That's all they have, and smoke a little weed and alcohol. They don't have any money. They're not really worried about her personally. They're trying to have fun and smash and go to the next chick, and then she's gonna get tired of that, but she can't keep a successful guy. And so she all of a sudden, and this is how women end up with a body count of 50 because they keep going through this silly cycle. And then now she's 35 with her standards high. It's ridiculous. Let's let this continue.
I get him to spend personally. He wants to take me on vacation. Okay, so he's using you and enjoying your company, and he's
using you, spending thousands of dollars on dinner, $1,000 on vacation is using you. This is why you guys can get a relationship because of women that speak like this and that this woman has 1 million followers. This is why you guys are struggling with these women today. They're listening to her.
Spending money on you and him. Okay? So you can't count that as money spent on you. It's $0 has been spent on you. Zero. You've gotten free food. Okay? Free food. That's all you've got. Your arm candy.
Free food and a free vacation. It's not good. Women don't know when to cash in their chips, homie. They have no clue. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna read you guys' comments in a second.
And dinner company. You're not benefiting directly from this man. So since he wants to go on vacation with you, you need a long list of financial obstacles in your way, keeping you from saying, yes, I can go on vacation with you. This is how you get the money, okay?
So Shira7 is advising this woman to use this guy financially. And this is the thing. I want you ladies to really listen to this if you're watching uh, shout out to you, you're a woman in here. It's real Mars is a woman here. A lot of you guys want to be with successful guys. Here's the thing about successful guys that 95%, 99.9% of you guys, you women don't understand about successful men. Uh, they're smarter than you. So, meaning that they know when you're being usury, they know when you're being contradictory. Now, granted, there are some rich simps. Let's not get it twisted. But typically, a successful guy that is wealthy, he's very intelligent, he does well for himself, he's very thoughtful of the people that he's around. He puts he's always thinking, he's always, around contemplating and trying to be around good people to be around. So when this woman comes to this guy because she's following Shira7 and she's like, and Shira7 tells her to go to this successful guy that's intelligent and has resources, and tells her to say, "Hey, I'll go on the vacation, but you got to do X, Y, Z." The intelligent guy, the successful guy's gonna be like, "Oh, so me being rich ain't good enough. Me taking you to Ruth Chris ain't good enough. Me taking you on vacation ain't good enough. I'm giving you everything that most women don't ever really truly ever get. And now you want to add more incentives. You want me to go get you some Victoria's Secret. You want me to go get you some Prada, a Birkin bag." This is how they get pumped and dumped. And then, the message in Shira7 again, like, "What happened? I lost him." They're going on these dating these different dating coaches, and they're asking their friends, "I don't know what happened. Oh my God." And then like they mess up and they realize they messed up because a successful guy's not gonna give you another chance. That's the reality of it. Once you f up, because he has a line full of options. Once you mess up, he got 10 women in the option line waiting for him. So once you mess up and screw up the opportunity, you're not getting another opportunity. No matter if you beg back, no matter if you beg to suck his D, all that stuff, you're over with. And then you're like sitting around like, damn, you're like that woman that I made that video where she was like, I had a billionaire and I rejected him, and now she's 35 and she's like, damn, can you come get me now? No, hell no. So let's see. I'm gonna go back and read some comments. No wonder why I can't. No, I don't care about money. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Panther and Real Mars. I'm not saying every woman cares about money, but you do care about it. You do care about it. Let's be real. Uh, oh, me and introvert are just talking about how me. All right, Taylor. I get that you want to talk about your sex life, but you want to maintain a level of decorum in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Introvert, you are right, but men control if there's going to be a relationship. Exactly. Women control are the gatekeepers to sex, and men are the gatekeepers to relationships. It's easy for you to say, but most women do care about money. Yeah, they do care. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not an evil person. You're not a gold digger for wanting that. We're an actual honest channel over here for you guys. We have a lot of women. We actually have quite a bit of women that are followers over here on this channel. So you guys are more than welcome to constructively disagree. But we're not these women. We're not Myron Gaines that are here to berate you. Just as the ran through 304s know how to finesse, the male players know their tactics exactly. They already know what to do. They've played the game 1,000 times. Well, I don't need money. Pump and dump. Yeah, you know what pump and dump is? You know what pump and dump is. Well, I don't need money. You make your own money. Well, shout out to you. I'm not looking for money necessarily. I'm looking for companionship. Women can be successful. They can be successful. They can be successful. I try. True, I guess. My mom is the breadwinner. I've seen that quite a bit. Go ahead, Taylor. We'll see you on the next slide. My mom makes 500K. My dad makes 50K. Hey, shout out to her. She's definitely in the dominant position. And that's quite common in today's society, actually. It is what it is. Now, granted, those kind of guys are different kind of guys. Because me, I'm the guy that's gonna be making six figures, a million, or at least striving for it, at least. But if a woman rejects you, then there's no relationship. And since there's no relationship, you don't have any control. Well, women want, you got to understand what women want, introvert. They want attention, they want quality time, they want relationships. Uh, Typically, as a man, you want these things, but not nearly as much as a woman. So that's not all the way true if you look at it that way. And you don't want to be in a scarcity mindset either. While your mom may be the breadwinner, not the norm. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, if she's making over $500,000, I mean, who knows if this is true or not? I don't know you as a real person or not. But we'll take your word for it. I mean, if she makes $500,000, then she makes more money than most people on the planet Earth. So I mean, she's gonna have to, and that's the thing. Like, you can make the money all you want to, but if you're not attractive or feminine, it doesn't matter. Like, men, we don't care about really your money. Now, unless it's the homosexuals, Chad and Tyrone, Pookie and Ray Ray, they care about money. This might be coming from a guy who's been rejected by females a lot. I mean, we all face rejection, introvert. Welcome to the party. Yeah. See, you think we hadn't been through this stuff, introvert. We've all been through this stuff. We just fought through it. You know what I'm saying? Me and Nicholas and Chris, we've already developed this kind of mindset around it. Nothing that women do today is new to us. She said, but oh, okay. You get like that. They're equals. Nobody's equal. Women like to think there's nobody equal. There's no such thing as equality on this planet Earth. Men aren't even equal to other men. This is I recommend women lawyers. They like to deal with facts. Mm, that's a new nugget. I've never heard that one before. Um, she wears the pants in the relationship or marriage. Yeah, if she makes some money, she definitely is calling the shots. That's for sure. Let's continue.
So make you a long list of all the things that you need to get checked off before you can get on a plane to go on vacation. Okay. The first thing on the list is you need all your bills paid up for the month or two, and always double and triple it.
So the first thing she wants this woman to demand from this rich guy is to pay her bills. First of all, they're not even dating yet. They're just kind of like talking. And women, this is how they mess up good situations because they ask for too much too soon. What's going on, Dan Patrick? This is, this is women don't know when they have it made, and they don't know when they're with the top 5% man. They have no clue.
You need expenses to hire someone to care for Aunt Ethel while you're gone. Okay.
This is funny to her. So not only does she require that you pay her bills, this rich guy to pay her bills, but to pay for her aunt. Chris is the oldest guy in here. If you're dealing with a young chick and you decide to take her on expensive dinners because you have the money to blow, it's nothing to you. Um, you want to take her out on vacation because she's never been to Croatia or she's never been to Panama or Costa Rica. You want to take her there. It's a cheap flight to you. You'll spend a weekend there. And then before you go out, she gives you she's like, hey, can you take care of all my bills for the next 2 months? Can you pay for this and that for my aunt? That's gonna turn you off, ain't it, Chris? That's gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? What are you talking about? That's gonna stop the whole interaction in its tracks, dead in its tracks. This is crazy. He said I would find her replacement. Psh, she'd be out of there. She'd be cooked. I asked that question because she said her mom makes way more than the dad. A man who doesn't step up and lead will be resented and disliked by the woman. That's true. For not meeting her standards. That's true. I have dated a number of them. Very true. Exactly. Going through the talking stage, in other words. Nothing much, just chilling. I can see the guy just walking away. Excuse me. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's just going to walk away. He's like, I was going to help you out. But now you asking for too much because you listening to a single woman. More than like, I think she wrote single or who cares, married. It doesn't matter. It's terrible advice. What she's doing is like you going to a rich guy as a man and just asking him for money. That dude gonna be like, and you don't even know him. You see him on the street. You just see him walk out of the Porsche and just like, hey man, can you invest in my bit? Like it's like none of that shit's gonna work. You gotta establish a relationship. She'll view you as a wallet instead of a man. It's one way of keeping a woman, but it is what it is. Yeah, she'll view you as a wallet, and that's what you want to avoid. Because then at that point, your humanity doesn't mean anything. It's all about your utility. And then once she views you as a wallet, what she's going to do is she's going to use you for your money and then take that money that she gets and take it back to Chad and Tyrone. She's going to be double dipping. As the late Kevin Samuels would once said women respect resources. Yeah, but there's a difference between being respectful. We know as a man, we know as a logical, rational man, we know women value resources. We just don't want them to fucking like talk about it all day, every day, and ask every 10 seconds for money. I mean, not if they're GAY. Well, that's a you're out of the conversation, real Mars. This is a heterosexual conversation. You're here for shits and gigs. Now, if we think about it, a lot of these younger women are getting groomed and manipulated by older men's foolish talking points pertaining to men. Mm. Depends on what guys you're talking about. But typically, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think if you're a young woman, I think it's in your best interest to date an older guy. You know, I that's what I believe. Now, granted, that older doesn't always mean mature. I get it, but typically that's a reasonable thing.
The next thing you need is to board the dogs that Aunt Ethel has. He probably know you ain't got no dogs if you don't have no dog. But you need the money to board or hire a dog sitter or walker for the dogs that Aunt Ethel has, because that's what you normally do while you're in town. So you're going to need a list of expenses that he has to cover. And he's going to be like, well, how much is all this going to cost? And so you can go with me. And you're going to give him that money, that you're going to give him that sum. And when he deposits that in your bank account, then you're like, okay, well, thank you so much. That's going to relieve a lot of my stress. Now I can focus on the vacation and truly enjoy it. Thank you so much. Then it's like, I'm going to pack my nicest clothes, all my design.
Guys, she's gonna say all that stuff and get that money from that guy, and not spend it on any of that, not spend it on her or any of that. She's gonna pocket that money for her own self. This is completely selfish and narcissistic. I'm gonna read the comments. This is actually kind of psychopathic in a way. Um, I, let's see what these women are saying in the comments. She said there's some women saying she's so street smart. I love the way she thinks. She's crazy. 34,000 comments, and I mean 34,000 likes. Aunt Ethel making ladies since 1929. There you go. One of them got 1,000 comments. If you don't want a husband, do this exactly. Thousand likes. One woman said he is stealing her energy. 17,000 likes. Guys, you're this is actually crazy that a lot of women find this advice very helpful. This is crazy work. I can't even believe it. Sometimes this stuff baffles me how easily the average woman is easily fooled. And they wonder why they can't get a man. They wonder why they can't get a relationship. They wonder why they can't because it's their mindset. But they're not going to change their mindset because they've been taught their whole lives to be feminists. And then they just get reinforced with this same mindset over and over and over again each and every day with women like this that make this kind of content. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely insane. Let me.
How do you not feeling sorry for men is the best lesson ever learned. Yes, ma'am. You never feel sorry for a grown, able-bodied man, especially when I tell y'all don't play fair in an unfair world. You live in a patriarchal society where you don't even have rights over your own body. Why should you even care? Not feeling sorry for men is the best lesson ever learned. Yes, ma'am. You never feel sorry for a grown, able-bodied man, especially when I tell y'all don't play fair in an unfair world. You live in a patriarchal society where you don't even have rights over your own body. Why should you even care? Not feeling sorry for men is the best.
Yeah, so she's teaching women to be usury. 1.3 million followers. The sprinkle lady. I don't get it, guys. What you got to deal with today? It's crazy, guys. So yeah, we're gonna wind the live stream down because I gotta hop in the shower and then get to work in the morning. But I really appreciate everybody coming in here, even the women, Real Mars and Panther. You can tell a desperate woman by how she brings up living conditions, etc. Exactly, and it's ain't it such a turn off. You're like, you don't like desperation. Like I get it. You know how guys don't like, and you know how women don't like desperate guys and thirsty guys. I get it because from the man's perspective, if you're talking to a chick and she's talking about the struggle and the negative experiences and she needs money, it's like, excuse me, it's like a turnoff. It's like what the hell, man? Like, oh, this is why you're here. The woman who doesn't and who spends on the both of you. Mm. I meant to say a lot of these younger women are getting groomed or manipulated by older women's stupid talking points regarding men. Yeah, that is very true. And hell, sometimes we talking mess about She-Ra 7. Sometimes the She-Ra 7 is her mom. Sometimes the She-Ra 7 is her grandma. If you want to be real about it, she's been getting these talking points since she was a little kid, and since she was getting her hair combed in her grandma's lap. Grandma was putting her on game. It's crazy, bro. They were groomed by so-called feminists. Yep. Women say my body, my choice. My guy should say my wallet, my choice. Yeah, that's why we got you on as a moderator, Doc Smith, for for sayings like that. You should. That would be a great shirt for merch, Doc Smith. I might have to save that. My wallet, my choice. Your body, your choice. My wallet, my choice. That's a good one, Doc Smith. You just gave me an idea. Yep, you just gave me an idea, Doc Smith. Shout out to Doc Smith. My wallet, my choice. And that's the thing, Doc Smith. They'll say my body, my choice, but when they have that kid, they gonna want all that money they can get out of you from child support and all and divorce and all that stuff. They not so independent then when they need some money. What kind of man would want her? A weak man. I saw a post on Threads saying the women have a right to be misandrous towards men or some ignorant stuff like that that she said. You have a right to be misandrous? Really? A right. Women fail to critically think. They think that every man. See, this is the goofy stuff about women. They'll complain that men are misogynist and, extremely bad when it comes to women and they SA them consistently and, put them in bad positions. They'll say that on one hand, but then they'll deal majority with toxic men that are misogynist. They'll get pumped and dumped consistently by the misogynist men that they say on this side they don't like. They'll deal with the bad boy, give him all the good pleasures of his that he desires, but all of a sudden she wants to pull this misandry, all this stuff on the good guy. You see how the human female is always probing for weakness. She doesn't even really believe what she's saying half the time. These are critical things you have to understand about women because you'll be lost if you're just listening to their words. They mean very little. And hell, women don't even trust other women. So why would you trust a woman? Come on now. It reminds me of I have a 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Yeah, exactly. Jay Z relevance is golden. Yeah, the legal system is all up in the man's wallets. Exactly. You know, it's your body, your choice. But hey, we need some money, sir. Right? She don't. It's not her body, her choice, and she's not gonna take her independent, strong, independent career money and just take care of the kid and not need your money. No, she got to make her money and get your money. Usury. And that's the thing about women. They only treat the nice guys badly. They don't treat the toxic guys badly. It's crazy, crazy reality for you to understand, but it's the truth about women. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. So, and then we gonna have a live stream Saturday, and we gonna talk mad shit about Valentine's Day. And I don't want to see none of you guys talking about some Valentine's Day. Y'all bet not. So, you guys gonna be on the live stream Saturday. We're probably gonna do it during the morning time or afternoon. Because yeah, some of you guys might have your Valentine's dates. So we're gonna have to get your reports on how your women are acting on Valentine's Day. This is gonna be very interesting come Saturday. We're gonna have a Valentine's Day stream on Saturday. So I want you guys to come in and pay attention to how the women are acting whenever you guys are going out and mingling in real life, and come back and report on the live stream when we go live Saturday. So this is gonna be a good, interesting weekend. Women always threads to moan and groan about men. That's why I barely be on that BS. Yeah, I get it. It's like I call misogynist just for talking about women that use men for validation. True life stories. Some women put guys in categories. One of them being no action but used for attention. Yeah, and that's the part of the game that a lot of guys don't get to. They don't qualify the woman. They don't get to the stage to where they're qualifying the woman and putting the woman in the friend zone. That's how you know you're dealing with women at a high level, when you can do these things to women. That's when you know you're dealing with a high level. At a high level, you can reverse the game. You know, I've had Nicholas. It's crazy because I remember I was debating this chick. She was a super feminist back in college, but she was just super thick too. Yeah, man, good times, man, good times, good times. Y'all give me flashbacks. But she was a staunch feminist. But guess what? She wasn't a feminist whenever I was there. Whenever she was around me, she was feet in the air. Feet in the air, face in the pillow. So don't I'm speaking from experience too. Uh don't listen to what these women are saying. They'll debate these things to test you out, to see if you're a weak man or not. But if you fail that test, she's gonna follow through with it. She's over here cooking me meals and feet in the air. It's crazy work. Yeah, the week. Yeah, Nicholas says the week allowed this to happen. Exactly. Hell no, that is fruity. I don't know if you're talking. Oh, the Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the easiest day to meet strangers and smash or hear them or hear from exes. Ooh. Hey, Nicholas has been in the game a lot longer, so he understands. Nicholas, you done smash a lot of girls on Valentine's Day. Them little single and lonely chicks. You toxic guy. You see, Nicholas is toxic, guys. Don't be like Nicholas. Nicholas is toxic. You toxic guy, you taking advantage of these single and lonely women on Valentine's Day. How dare you, Nicholas? How misogynist of you. If a woman tells you she wants to be friends, tell her you have enough friends. Facts. 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 And women are so goofy. They're like, what guy would just willingly give hours away for his time to a woman he's not smashing or want to smash? It's crazy, bro. Yeah, introverted. Yeah, it was that kind of shit. Great times, man. Y'all giving me flashbacks, man. I gotta stop that. I gotta stop that. He said that's a great, true life story, Miles. Feet in the air, yeah. And it's really annoying, Nicholas, because some of the thickest chicks they don't like face down. You know, they don't like that. They like the missionary. I'm like, all this wagging you dragging, and you don't want to be in the canine position. This is diabolical, diabolical, diabolical. So Valentine's Day is a scam. I agree. It's a capitalist scam. And capitalism is a great system, but it's like, damn, they'll sell you anything. They'll sell you love. They'll sell you. They'll sell you anything. And all these things they're all feminist holidays. You know, on Father's Day, what do you get for Father's Day? But Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, you better go all in, or you're evil. So he said, Nicholas says the girls go out and will chat to you on V Day. I've had exes reach out too that one day. Yeah, they single and lonely and want to get it in. They want to get it in. It's just like for their birthday. They be wanting to get it in. Orthodox goes not do Valentine's Day. Shout out to them. Play Permission by Eddie White on that one. Bruh. So yeah, we're gonna wind down the live stream, guys. I really appreciate you guys being in here. We had another great Thursday night live stream. I really appreciate you guys coming in here. You guys send your last little bit of questions and comments, support if you want to send it in. If you guys are watching the replay, or if you guys are watching now and you haven't hit the like button or you haven't engaged, please do so. These things are free if you're not going to support the live stream financially, hitting the super chat. Much appreciated. Let's see. Yeah. See, I'm in the process of creating a Patreon, and I'm going to give all my personal details on certain stuff and some of my darkest truths that I know over there on Patreon. So you guys want to look out for that within the next 3 to 6 months. But I'm talking to this chick right now, and she's kind of bad. I didn't think she's Latina. I didn't think she was Latina. I thought she looks mixed with black and white. If I'm being honest with you, well, she's kind of tall in shape, kind of thing, kind of 5'7" in shape, and she's kind of like a coach or whatnot. I'm like, she just told me her schedule. I'm like, baby, there's no way you're gonna maintain a relationship and with that kind of schedule. Got to remember they're all they're all 50 tales of gray. They just pretend different. If you heard how they talk in their friend group about guys. Oh, I know how they talk to their friend group about guys. I remember I was in a college. I was walking. across campus to get to this MSC. MSC is A&M. Um, the like the little place you go to, like the little food hall. And like as we're walking across this little to get over there to across campus, I'm fumbling around to get my headphones in. So as I'm fumbling around unraveling my headphones, and there's like three women in front of me, and this woman said something very peculiar, and it made me realize something. This goes to Nicholas's points about how they talk about men. So this woman, she's sitting there talking. She's like, I just can't get him to stand up for himself. You know what I'm saying? He just won't do it, and then she kept rambling more and more about how weak of a guy he is to her friends, and then at the end she makes a joke of like, I need a dictator. I need a dictator. That's what she said to her friends. I'm like, whoa. These women say what they say and what they do and what they want are three different things. Is her name? No, no, bro. You would never guess this woman's name. 50 Shades of Grey. I'm gonna pull your hair. Hey, introvert. Sometimes I ain't gonna get into that. That's gonna sound too bad on the internet. I ain't gonna get into that. Valentine's Day is a scam. And have you noticed that? Notice this is Black History Month, but it's overlooked. Yeah, we have like five different holidays on the same. Thank you. I said the same thing, Doc. I'm sorry about that. I heard you. Heard it song. I am telling you, you have to call the meeting to order and take command. Yeah, yeah. And she wants you to take command. That's what she don't want. It's not. That's what women will never tell you. Most of them will never tell you that directly because it'll make them sound contradictory to their feminist beliefs whenever it comes to misogyny and all this stuff, because being a leader is kind of being a misogynist. It is in a way, but it's not really misogynist. It's just men. They'll think it's misogynist, but really it's just masculinity. Masculinity is action. I got to keep my mouth shut about. Hey, yeah, bro. Yeah, they get triggered. I don't even mention politics to women, bro. Just don't even talk about it. Just the date should be fun, funny. You should be smiling and laughing, playing games, making jokes, walking around, asking her about her work and all this stuff. That's. Yeah, let me just say it like this: if you're having serious conversations on a date, you're doing it way wrong. This is not an interview. This is a fun time. Women just want to have fun. They keep telling you. Samantha Stevenson. We got the women coming in this tonight as we're winding down. So yeah, we're about to wind down, guys. So yeah, we got about a minute left before I wind this down all completely. They told me to look into the camera and say I'm a good girl when they recorded me, and it was his. I don't know if that's a real story or not, or you came in there for attention. I don't know what that's about, Samantha. I don't know. That's a little wild, random stuff. We don't know whether to believe you or not. But your profile does seem real. She don't look half bad. Shout out to you, Samantha. That's the most random stuff ever. I already knew this month is yeah, that's a different I could go in on that. That's a different topic for a different day. Don't ever talk about politics on the date. That would mostly definitely dry her up. Yes, definitely gonna dry her up. Someone asked me that in the chat. Didn't nobody ask you that in the chat? I'm watching the chat, and my moderators are on it. I don't select bad moderators. How's the gym work going, Miles? This is going fantastic, bro. You know, as you guys, I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but my jawline is getting slimmer. You know, it's going fantastic. You really got to focus on your diet. Your diet, what you eat post meal, pre workout, post workout, recovery days, non recovery days. You really got to, you know, what you really like eating, what's good for you, what's not good for you. Excuse me. You gotta think more about your diet to get down to that lean part. And it's gonna take some time. And it's the sad thing about health in America is that a lot of people can't afford to be truly healthy. You know, as there's some protein bars or protein. What do you call these things? You call them protein bars or not protein shakes, but these little protein, bars you eat. A lot of these things are terrible for you. The ingredients in there, but the bar that you need, like for example, the bar that I get that I eat that's 200 calories and has 20 grams of protein. That shit is for a 4 pack of them is $9. I'm like, holy shit, you can't. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, most people won't ever get in shape in America because they can't afford to be in shape. Now, granted, you can eat frozen stuff from Walmart, so I'm not gonna be, you know, over the top with this, but yeah, eat chicken. Chicken is very healthy for you. So I'm not gonna go to the extreme to where you can't do it, but if you want authentic, organic, real, grown food that's good for you, that's not fast food, that's not because half the stuff in the stores, guys, I hate to tell you, half the stuff in the HEB and Walmart and Target is just as much just terrible food too. They inject the meat with a whole bunch of water, which is why when you cook the meat, it shrinks because they're injecting it with water to sustain time. But if you really, but it, the Amish and the other people, the way to keep a this meat, how do you say it, from deteriorating, it's best to go back to curing, but nobody cures today. He said, Miles, I would give you some chickens. Well, when I get a farm, hey, I'll come back over to you, Chris. But you're going to have to teach me how to use them too, because you can teach a fish. You can bring the fish, but you got to teach me how to fish. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have to teach me how to use the chickens. But that's a little bit down the road. I got to get out of this. I get some land. But I eat chicken every day. Whole Foods is way to go. Beans eat for function. There are some things in Whole Foods that are not the best. The Vital Farms pasteurized eggs are not the best. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because it's really a deep conversation that it's a lot of thought. So there's non-healthy foods, and then there's healthy foods, and then there's the healthier foods. There's levels to this, and you have to count your calories. You have to look at what you're eating every day. You can't have a cheat day. You can't have, I mean, you can have a cheat, not a cheat day. You can have a cheat meal, but you can't have a cheat day. You know, that's too many calories that you're going down the drain. And one day of bad eating can set you back like 3, 4 days, you know, on your progress. It's going to take you 3, 4 days to get back to what you lost in that one day. So, what you're eating, counting your calories, weighing your food, uh, where you're shopping at, all this stuff matters. And the unfortunate thing is, a lot of this stuff is expensive. It's unfortunate because if you go to different countries, you go to Asia, you go to Europe, parts of Europe, the portion sizes are a lot smaller and the ingredients are natural. A lot of these things in America, you look at the damn label on the ingredients, you're like, God damn, it's got like stuff on the ingredients I can't even pronounce. It's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And then people don't count what they drink. People go to Starbucks and get a frappuccino. I'm like, that's fucking 900. That's 900 calories, right? That's 900 calories off of that Starbucks coffee you just got. All that sugar you just added. I'm like, you already halfway to your goal. You already halfway through your calories for the day, and it's not. And it's 7 o'clock in the morning. You ain't even ate anything yet. You know what I'm saying? Fruits and vegetables are typically inexpensive, while meat and dairy products are expensive. Yeah, you got to find the right fruits and vegetables that are good for you and that you like eating, because a lot of, it's one thing to say just eat fruits and vegetables, but a lot of people, including myself, there's some fruits and some vegetables I just cannot stand to eat. So I select this from the specific ones I like to eat. Chicken and pasta or beans gives me the energy to hit the gym hard. Yeah, it does. That's because it has the carbs. Um, the carb. Whenever you're working out, you need carbs, and like 40% carbs, 30% protein. You live in Texas, maybe you can get some. Yeah, I ordered. I'm testing out this one place, Introvert in Texas. It's a farm place. They have really organic stuff that they're gonna bring that they can ship to you. And so I really got this really good package, and I might, I can't really, I'm not gonna endorse them because this is a you know business, right? But it sounds like a really good deal I got today. So if you know, you know. I was out running last night, still run like I was 17 at 33. Please, yeah, shout out to you. Yeah, Nicholas. If I didn't wasn't working so much in manual labor, which is a workout by itself, I have to take 2 days off. I'd be working out pretty much 7 days a week too as well. You also got to pair your caloric intake with training stimulus. That's true. Yeah, because I like that hybrid athlete stuff where you run and lift in the same day. Now, granted, you can't do that every day. You gotta have a little. Gotta have an easier day to recover, and you gotta eat right to recover. So do not go to Starbucks. Full stop. Yeah, Starbucks is expensive. It adds up, and it's too much. These are sugary hot drinks or sugary cold drinks. It's gonna with a ton of carbs and sugar. You know, a lot. The typical average American diet has way too many carbohydrates. Way too many carbohydrates. This is why everybody has a stomach now. Going for the '80s Mike Tyson physique fitness. Well, Mike Tyson was a little bit. He's a little bit naturally bulky. I'm trying to. Hey, lean is law. Hey, if you know, you know. Lean is law. Lean is law. So yeah, guys, that's my live stream. I really appreciate you guys coming in here. I gotta get in the shower and then hop in the bed and go to sleep. So I really appreciate you guys. We're gonna talk about this Valentine's Day. We're gonna have our Valentine's Day stream on Saturday. You guys stay tuned for that. Probably gonna do it in the afternoon. But if all else fails, guys, I'll be on live that night. That's the last resort. So if you don't hear from me in the morning, the afternoon, we're gonna have a stream that night. Probably around 9, 10, 10:30, maybe 11. But yeah, we're gonna live stream on Valentine's Day for sure. I Smith squatted a little over 100 pounds this week. Shout out to you. Shout out to the progress. He said, "V-Day stream catch you unless I'm hitting." Yeah, hey, I get it. You got to get with the chicks. I know niggas gonna be trying to get it in. But now, guys, I see you guys Saturday. Shout out to Introvert. Shout out to Nicholas. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Doc Smith. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to the ladies that came through this through the chat. I think I got everybody. Shout out everybody again. Shout out to Dan Patrick. Again, if you guys are coming in here and watching the replay, double tap the screen, hit the like button. It's free. If you guys want to support all the ways you can are in the description below. Again, thank you guys. Have a good rest of your week. I will see you guys on Saturday. Peace.